Okay, hello, hello, hello. Can anyone see us out there? Hello, hello, hello. Go ahead and type hashtag live below if you're watching us live and let us know where you are dialing in from. Today, I am with a very special guest. I genuinely mean the word special because I met Lou 3 years ago. He came in
Yeah.
a masterclass, and then
Yes.
we had a chat after, I remember. And then I think we had another chat, and then you ended up doing EFT. Don't think you knew what you were getting into, but you decided to get
I
into
did.
something.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you were going through your final sort of counselling qualification and getting listed on the British Association of Counsellors and Psychologists. And that was around that time we were kind of connecting. And then you kind of did EFT, but you were also busy with your counselling and your counselling clients. And then you did EFT again, and you came and you assisted. And then you did EFT again, you came and you assisted. And then you
Yes.
did EFT again, you came and assisted. And I truly mean special, Lou, because I feel we've been on a journey together for 3 years, like as in it hasn't just been one-sided, it's been on both sides. And it's been such an honor and pleasure, having you as part of the community. I think you've touched the life of every single person in the community that you've met or interacted with. And I love how you hold a safe space, you're non-judgmental. And I'm also reminded of your kind of very first experience of therapy, which prompted you to get into therapy professionally as a professional, where, maybe the person that you had interacted with first, where their skill level was, they were not able to see their clients or understand their clients or hear their clients. And you thought, never again, any human
Yeah.
being. Yeah.
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 That is true.
Should have to face that. And you made it your life's mission. And what I also love about you is that if someone is in need, your philosophy is, I'm going to help you. Your philosophy isn't, pay up, do this, do that, hear the hoops. Your philosophy is, okay, you're in crisis. I want you to know help is here. And it very much comes from a place of wanting to make sure every human being that crosses your path is taken care of. And I think that's what makes you really unique. And today, your certification, EFT practitioner, it is truly deserved. Not just from how you hold rapport, hold space, ask questions, and how you've explored EFT, but from a place of the amount of casework you've done, the amount of people you've worked with, and you've worked with, I mean, I don't want to break any confidentiality and stuff like that, but you've worked with, such a huge spectrum, from people with physical pain, people with domestic violence, people going through suicide, people, going through weight issues, self-esteem issues, and it's just the sheer amount of casework you've done. It's like more than deserved. So many congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you very much. A little bit nervous to be honest, but I'm really honoured to be here. It's been a heck of a journey, and I keep thinking back to my background, where I came from. 39 years in manufacturing distribution, not from therapy at all. The life experiences I've had, and as you said, with counsellors that could not open up to, did not trust, did not feel safe with. And at 48 is when I made a life-changing decision, and that was to retrain and train to do the counselling. And I met two other people there, and the three of us stayed together, supported each other, and we have created a community-based counselling and wellbeing centre. And we deal with people who are not so lucky and not so easy to be able to access counselling. But now with this, it's like we've got an extra tool that we can involve in the counselling practice, because some people talking therapy is brilliant with, and some people can get stuck. So this is a gentler way of working with people. I mean, the training itself is very supportive, very deep and very humbling. And I started off thinking, this is going to be brilliant. You know, I'm going to be able to help clients quicker resolution, recently qualified. Yes, it was brilliant until we started doing the practical. And that's when my resistance started, because emotions and things were coming up of things that I thought I'd resolved. And I hadn't, obviously. But it's with EFT, it's about presence and safety and connecting with the person. And it's not about doing something to someone. It's doing with. And I never realized until you actually made me start doing clients, because I was quite resistant to that, thinking I'm not good enough, I'll make a mess. That I actually saw EFT working through the results. But the biggest shock came when a friend said to me, if somebody had told me 6 months ago you'd be this calm, I would never have believed them. So even if you're resistant, it has a silent way of working with you and helping you. And it's so gentle. It's amazing, to be honest. And for someone who was a skeptic, because I did at one point, did not know whether I believed it or not, to somebody now who actually believes in it. I do find some things difficult, like the personal piece. But that's the beauty with EFT. You know, it's not about doing it perfect. It's about showing up. It's about being there. You know, it's gentle, it's forgiving. And when you're a person who you've worn this shield for so long, you know, that I'm tough, I'm hard, I'm confident, whatever. And on the inside, you're thinking, oh, I can't cope with this. This is too much. It's overwhelming. I can honestly say now, if you feel stuck, if you feel overwhelmed, or if you feel lost and you don't know who you are anymore, I really understand that an EFT can help. Even if you don't believe there is a way back to being normal, to being your authentic self.
Yeah, that's really lovely, you know, how you've shared that and connected your life's mission with a tool like EFT. Now, tell me more about this center. Like, what's the name of the therapy center? And tell us a bit more about what you do there and how it works. And
okay, so we've called the centre Turning Minds Around. It's a counselling and wellbeing centre.
nice.
There's 3 directors, myself, Mark and Julie. And we've also got 2 other counsellors working for us. And we've got students in. We're doing how can I put it? We are a pathway for other agencies that help with housing, finances and things. And they're often referred to us because they have background issues. But through funding, we can give them the free therapy. We're doing a massive project, and we've called it Together Works. It's our name for it. And it's to help people not necessarily get into work next year or the year after, but to help them find out who they are so that they can start to blend back into society, start to feel confident, start thinking about what they want to do and knowing the benefits of working. And it's been a massive thing for us, and it is so worthwhile. So worthwhile. Seeing the results is amazing.
That's incredible. And that must have been a lot of work in terms of getting funding and support. How did you do that?
It was a grant that came up,
Mm,
and it was for X amount, and it's like, okay, I'll have a go. I'll have a go. So I was very surprised when we got it. And it's a lot of toing and froing, a lot of paperwork and things, but it's the people that matter. And through that, we've been able to employ the 2 other counsellors, which is It's a bonus. And we're
Yeah,
hoping that this will be a success, and then we can do it again for the following year.
and is it all face to face in the centre, or is it
A lot of it is face to face.
okay.
Some people are not able to come, so it's on Zoom, and
Mm,
some people we do have as telephone. So
mm.
we do various ways of being accessed.
Great. And are you able to do EFT in addition to your counselling here, or is it mainly counselling?
Now I've been certified, that's the difference. Yeah.
Oh,
Now
lovely.
I can practice it, not beforehand, but now I can. So that would be a
Right.
good tool.
Really good, because it's going to cut down the time that someone can spend, going around in that loop where they're
Yeah.
going through trauma and things like that.
Yes, because it is very gentle. It's a
Mm.
very gentle, subtle way of working with trauma.
Yeah, and it's like trauma informed, I guess, inbuilt in the process, thanks to Gary Craig, who
Yes.
invented it.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
Definitely.
yeah, go ahead, tell me.
No, and I was going to say, and thank you for giving us all this information and how to do it, how deep it goes, all the clinical side of it.
Mm,
It's not just EFT, it is clinical EFT
yeah,
with proven evidence. So
that's
thank
right.
you for that.
That's right. Oh, it's a pleasure. Yeah, that's right. It is, and you managed to get a grant, which is great. And there's other grants in the UK now that are being provided for mental health. So you work with people who maybe may not be of the financial means to access therapy on their own, and maybe the National Health Service is not able to provide it for them. And so they're getting help from you. And what I'm excited about as well is, our frontline workers who work in hospitals and ambulance service, they can also start to get therapeutic and services like EFT, because those kind of grants are being opened up right now. And I just hope there are more grants like this that open up, because it's going to cut down the amount the health service would be spending on things if someone can feel emotionally more stable. And the kind of work you're doing is, if people feel more confident, then they kind of get back into the workforce, or they're kind of working, or their self-esteem is increasing, they're able to provide for their families, so they feel really good and fulfilled. Because sometimes in life, you just get a wrong hand dealt with, and then you feel really stuck and like no one's on your side. And so when someone just like a 2 millimeter shift in their confidence, it can have a major impact.
Yeah, it's being acknowledged, being seen, being heard, and
Being
being
seen, being
understood.
heard. Yeah, that's right. And being understood.
Yeah.
Now, tell me this. So you have a lot of different types of, people that find themselves to your doorstep. And if you had to explain what is EFT to someone, how would you do it?
Okay. So if I was with a client, for example, that knew nothing,
Mm,
I would say there is a therapy called emotional freedom technique.
mm.
And basically what you're doing is you can tap anywhere in your body, because you don't always have to start on the karate chop.
That's
You can
right.
tap here, or you can tap on your thigh if that's more comfortable for you, just to
Yeah.
get things to go. And then you would say the words, whatever that issue is, the negative side. You tap here, eyebrows, side of the face, under the eye, and here, under the arms. And I would say most people here might feel like they're being a bit of a monkey, but don't look at it like that. It's
Yeah.
just helping the spleen here, because you're actually tapping on meridians. And then you do the fingers.
Mm,
You'd find out what their emotional charge was, because before you
mm,
begin, whatever the problem is, how does it
mm,
make them feel? And 1 is fine and 10 is really uncomfortable. Pick a number. The
mm,
first round of tapping, the number may drop, and then you can continue with, and you're stuck because what else
mm,
is there? Or you feel like that because, and you do another round, and you would eventually, after maybe 3 or 4 rounds, be at the positive end where a person can actually acknowledge,
mm,
that's what it is. That's what stopped me. You can use different techniques. The key word is my favorite. I witnessed it with the client. They gave me 3 words,
mm,
nothing to do with the situation. And the words were just mixed up, and we began on the first word. That moved on to the second. Then it's when did you want something sweet before? And it went back to where this original problem had come from. And at the end, they put the 3 words all in the correct order for them, because it wasn't the end. It wasn't the last time. I'm not going to give away the last one, but
yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and that was amazing how they sorted it for themselves.
Yeah, that's lovely. And that's lovely that you're able to hold space for someone, and then you're able to create a space where they're able to navigate their own way forward and come up with their own answers. Yeah, and the key word is something really powerful. Like I've got my daffodils out for you, and and you reminded me of the keyword, because sometimes when I work with people, say they work with a label, they'll go, "Oh, daffodil, I've got a daffodil, even though I've got this daffodil, I love and accept myself." So I just wanted to get flowers for you to do this
Perfect.
interview today. Yeah. So now what? Like, what are your plans? What do you want to do with this? Like, what your thoughts? You just like recovering, I've got certified, so let me recover from that, then I'll decide what I want to do, or do you have plans for yourself?
At the minute, I'm still a little bit, this is so surreal. Since this has been ongoing since 2023, it's like, this is amazing. And I'm going to take a break for 10 days. And when I come back, then I want to start looking at how we can do the advertising, see if people can understand what EFT is, if anybody's interested, want to try a different therapy, or maybe I can just even integrate it into a normal session.
That's true.
Because I already integrate BCNLP and energy flow along with the person-centered counselling. So yeah, it's the great tool, because they can all intermix, they can all be separate.
Yeah, that's really good. And it's lovely that you've got breakthrough coaching as well as hypnosis, and you've got NLP, got the person-centered counseling. So you've got a really full toolbox right now where you can help people who want to emotionally regulate, or people who are not ready to emotionally regulate and they just want to regulate their nervous system, or those who want something more cognitive and coaching based. So I think that's great that you've got so many different tools in your toolbox. Now, are there any, like, of course, I don't need to break any confidentiality, but are there any, cases that come to mind where you've used EFT? You've already talked about the keyword, and you've talked about how you yourself felt, calm. Like any things that, really struck you, or you had a learning or an insight as you used it with someone?
My very first experience was with someone who had severe anxiety, and this person has okayed me to say it, but no names. And that now, 2 years on, they've no anxiety. Another person who physical issues, that went from not being able to do much at all to being able to build garage gates. A person who had a very traumatic experience at work, and that had caused PTSD. And EFT helped to get past that, but very gently, which was amazing. There's so many, Dr. R, there is so many.
So many, I know, yeah.
There was someone who had, again, severe anxiety about travelling and things, and we did so much just to ease that, and it did make a difference. Honestly, there's so many. Yeah, I just can't. I can think of them all, but I
Yeah, no,
can't
I
pick.
got it. You shared beautifully. Everything you've shared is
Yeah.
just perfect, just amazing. Giving us, an idea, and I think that's really wonderful.
It's been an honour to witness those people who were on my journey as a practitioner in training, because I know I didn't do everything right, but that's the beauty of EFT. And for it to have had results as amazing as they are, no amount of money can ever make up for that feeling.
Oh, that's really wonderful.
amazing.
Lovely. So if you had to leave us with some wisdom, some advice, you know, like now that you've completed your journey and looking back on it, you know, what would you share with all of us in closing?
Well, my first words of wisdom are, it's never too late to change your life.
Wow.
Second one is, if you really want things to change, you have to change yourself. And I've learnt that through EFT, if I'm honest. Third thing is, there are times when you may not feel seen or heard or understood. You may be overwhelmed, you may feel lost. But you know, there is always someone out there that will see you. You just have to find them or ask for help. We are there.
So great.
And I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how you put that across, and so if anyone watched this, or whoever watched this, you know, whoever's meant to see this, whenever they're meant to see this, you can feel the integrity, the ethics, the energy with which Lou shows up for herself, shows up for the people she works with, and she has you know, a busy practice and a busy schedule in her life. And yet, if your heart is called to connect with her, please, I encourage you to connect one-to-one, have a chat with her, either to explore one-to-one work professionally, or even to be part of some of her group classes, for example, her energy flow classes, or when she eventually does her breakthrough coaching and hypnosis classes. We've had a few people attend them, and they've got a lot from it. And Lou really understands meridians very, very well. Yeah. And so if you want to, you know, explore EFT, but also explore the science behind EFT and the meridians and how you can, you know, experience the meridian work with energy flow and kind of cut through some of the emotional challenge sometimes, and you know, that's another route for you to be able to go.
Yeah. And thank you. Let's be honest. Thank you so much for Dr. R for putting up with me, giving me such a safe space to kick and scream and resist. You never gave up on me, and I really appreciate that, because you've got me to where I am today. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Lou. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you so much. We'll say bye to everyone that joined. Take care of yourselves.
Bye.
Bye.